Welcome back my YouTube family. In this video, I'll try to explain how to draw peonies because this was a request from one of my friends and she said that she would like to see a video where I'm teaching how to draw peonies. So I'll be using this orange. I'll explain you later what I'm using for. I made these like self-made petals, then I'll explain that later. So we got a fine liner, pencil. Just in case if you need some more, probably I'll need some marker, but that's for later. I got a sketchbook and I got light box. So the easiest way to explain is basically we're gonna use this one as a base. So this is gonna be where the petals are curving around. So let's start some sketching. And if you're first time watching this video, my name is Ziggy. I work as a tattoo artist for a living. I've been drawing for 20 years and I'm tattooing for 8 years. And all I'm doing in this channel is sharing my knowledge, the things I know, I pass on to you guys. So I just try to make some kind of movement where I explain the stuff, what's hidden and what other tattoo artists don't want to tell you or other artists are showing off. I can teach you how you can show off and you can upgrade your skills to the next level where you thought you're never gonna be, or you were afraid or scared to go. And it's always a new level, it's always a scary thing, it's always kind of dangerous. I remember myself when I was drawing, I always kind of try not to draw the scary stuff, the next level stuff, what other people were doing. I was always trying to be safe and sound and not taking too much stress on my shoulders. But then I realized that to be on next level, you gotta draw next level stuff. You need to upgrade yourself. You need to learn the things you don't know, which can help you to progress in the future. So yeah. Okay, let's go back to the peonies. Yeah, so this is where the orange comes. So what you do is you draw a circle. This is the bud, like imagine this is the flower. Yeah, so that's where this is. And say this is the middle, like this one. Yeah, so this is the middle, this is the flower, the center of the flower. And then you make lines like this, so you can see it's curved. So it creates like a ball effect. And every petal goes, it bends around it. Yeah, because there's so many petals inside, they bend around it. Imagine there's like 20 of these petals, and this one is just another one who tries to bend over. So when you draw this is what you can create as well. For me to show you how it bends, I created these 3 types of petals just to explain you a lot more and a lot better how petals are bending and what creates that shape you need. I created these, you can make them yourself. So for example, let's say this one. So if it's hard for you to imagine in your head how the image would look like, or how the petals, what kind of shape it would make, clearly this way you can see what it would look like, what you need to draw. Say if this one's bent in a little bit like that, same you do here. So you draw a little one there. So peonies, the way I draw is, it starts with like half moon form. Then there's 3 pointies. So that there's a middle and there's a side. 1, 2, 3. And then I create like a, I don't even know what kind of shape that is. Basically like this. Like a church towers, like a temple tower, tops of roofs, or what they are. Basically something similar like that. Of course there's a lot more people who draw totally different. They have different approach, different versions of drawings, but I'm just gonna explain you the way I do. Yeah, so imagine this is how you create this. Yeah, so you got this piece of paper. This is your flower bud. Yeah, there's so many flowers wrapped in this little area down here. So imagine how one single petal would bend around this round shape. It's pretty cool to take just an orange, you put it like here, and you can see what it would create, and then you just replicate. So your pointer is here, the line goes there, there's another one here. You know what I mean? It's so easy to see in your head. And so that would be your front one. There's another one bending, so other one would be a little bit higher. And you can see, okay, this one's about that, but maybe let's use another one so it doesn't look like copy paste. So this one's a little bit this way, it's off center. So you take off center one and again do the same thing. And that's how you add another layer, another layer, another layer, another layer, and that's how what makes the flower. And if you wondered how it would look opposite side, you just put it opposite there. You can pretty much see what you need. So this would be the far end. And then another one. Then like see this area is missing. You put it here, you bend it there. And you can see how it would look like pretty much. Maybe let's go for this one, so it's not exactly the same again. So this area is missing, orange is there. If we put this around here, it bends about there, so you just replicate. And same when it comes to outside leaves, you know, the ones who like really open, you just put it like here, and again, so that goes about there. You need another one here. You move this on the orange. Let's take another one. So you move on the orange. About that. And then you add an extra, an extra, an extra, an extra, and then you got this section in between the first one who goes up and the first one who goes down. So again, you create something like this, and then you bend this one down, because that's the first one who bends down, so you can barely see it. So that's exactly what you do. You make it so you can barely see it, but it's gonna tell your eyes that that's the one who goes first down. And then maybe another one here, so you can see in this end. Yeah. So again, do another layer, add little bits in there. See how it creates image already. But of course this is a quick sketch just for you to explain how things work and why they bend. So I imagine these are the tops, because there's so many, see like this, there's so many petals next to each other, so all you're gonna see bang in the middle will be just the tops. Yeah, so like this area, so you need loads of these, just the tops. Just this area would be visible for your human eye to see that. So you just do like little spikes there, a little bit there, a little bit there. Of course some people bend them, some people like do inside out, or wrap it, or they twist, or they make some kind of shapes, but this is just a general video just quickly to explain you what happens with a flower and how you create from your own imagination. So say this end is something missing, there's empty, what we should do, again, that's the middle, you put it here and you can see like that. So you see the front, but also you can see the other side, see down here. So you just copy, because that's, they make the shape. So this would be the first side, and then you can kind of see where the end is, the other side of the petal. And then you add loads of these, more and more. I hope you understand, because it just makes sense. So what we're gonna do is, I'll get a marker quickly. I didn't find a marker, but I'm gonna use my fine liner instead. So this is the same what we drew there. maybe it's easier for you to see or imagine or understand. Yeah, looks like little basketball. So you can start again. Draw another circle, as big as you want to go, as big as you wish you want to go. Then again you put like the center. This will be where the petals are in one little area, the focus, the middle. Then you do these little lines. Of course you don't need to use orange, maybe you don't need to do any sort of type of fruit or apple or something like that, but it's just easier to explain you guys. So this is how it bends. I always start with the big front one, so I go for like one big here, and then I add the next one. I kind of give myself the idea of the shape, how it's gonna bend, so I do loads of little lines in the middle, just so I can see the definition of the image. Then I always put something in front, that's like a must. Secondary leaves, just a quick one. Then I do bottom leaves, the further ones, but these are the biggest ones, so it opens, starts with a small and then it opens, so big one. Just a quick one there. And then you go over and you clean up. Say you want a bump in here, you create it. And that's where these bumps are, and every bump makes like a little line inwards. Say like that, I hope you can see. Maybe I should put it lower. So you can see how this naturally kind of makes the bump. You can put like little spikes if you want, but this is where, imagine the one bump finishes, goes to middle, the next bump, middle, next bump, middle, another one, middle. Imagine this is your middle, yeah? Middle is about here, yeah? If this is the orange at the top, the bottom is literally underneath that. So all these petals go to the middle. And that's how you literally repeat and repeat. You make a bump, go to middle, make a bump, go to middle, make a bump, go to middle. Try not to do like crazy bumping, because that's not natural and it doesn't look okay. So you make a bump, down, make a bump, down, make a bump, down. Dead easy. You can do like closed eyes. And of course doing this way is kind of my way, and I would say 80% of what Instagram people are doing. You're always gonna find your own way. There's how to explain, there's another version where, imagine this is the center, let's say this is orange again, and there's some people who go like this, even with these kind of leaves, the secondaries or the third ones, they go crazy with them. Say, remember again, 3 pointies, and then you can bend this in. So this would be like twisted the other way around, like that, like leave. Then you can put this one on top, so like twisted inside out. You can make like little holes in there, because the nature kind of created it, or holes in here or there. People put like, even on this, put little, on every bump, a little line. Every person, I would say, have a different approach and different way of doing. There's no right or wrong, there's just what you prefer. But this is just a basic how you understand the dimension. It has to follow the world of the nature. You have to be an architect, you have to create an illusion that is a physical flower, and you need to understand how it's been built for you to recreate. And once you recreate good enough, everybody will understand that is a flower, and that specific flower, not just something that nobody knows, nobody has a clue what that is. But you have to understand the basics, how it bends, how it wraps, why it does it wrap. So secondary leaves here. I think it's pretty dead easy. You know what I mean? Like once you create this circle and you tell your eyes that it bends into the middle, that all the petals try to reach there, and then you can just like play like this. And then create some crazy bumps in there. This is where it would kind of bend in physical life, where you got, I don't know, some kind of leaf like this, and then you got a bump and it goes, I don't know, maybe this is not a good example, but this one would be better. I don't know if you can see in the light, but you can see how this one goes down and there's a little area was twisted inside out. I don't know how good that is in there. See, it goes and it turns upside down, it comes backwards. Same you do on this one, you can make it going backwards, or you can even bend these inside out, like it goes and goes that way, or you can turn around and now it goes, you can't see really, but basically it starts from there, goes and goes backwards itself, like that. That would be the shadow then. So, well, generally that's why I took this orange, for you to understand that flowers go like this. Even the roses, even if you draw a rose, there's these middle ones, there's loads of little ones inside there. They all try to be, they are squeezed in the middle, so there's loads of millions of little petals, and these are the bigger ones who are covering, maybe you can see that, who are covering the little ones there. I think I just destroyed my fine liner, but it's a sacrifice has to make, and you have to make. Yeah, no, not really, can't really see. Works, survive, that's good news. So if you take orange away, yeah, so we got nothing, we got paper. So first circle, I always do 2 circles, to be honest. I do 2 circles. One, this will be the middle, this is where the focus goes, and the second one I make how far do I want the outside petals to go. So I'm kind of like, okay cool, this is gonna be the good size. Then this is the bottom, this is the first leaf here. I always go for like this one here, so just a quick sketch. The second one, so this will be the middle, the second one's pointy would be here, yeah, so imagine the pointy ones to reach, and then it would go like that. Then you add hundreds more, the tops, which the bottoms you can't physically see, but you can see the flower tops. I just made a mess there, but you can see what that is. So secondary leaf, I'll make one here. So that goes a little bit over because it starts from here and it comes out here, if that makes sense. But you can't see this area because it's behind it. But you can see that this and coming out. Same comes with this one, this will be the pointy. That goes about that. You can put another one here if you want, if not then not really. And that's how I build them. I add an extra layer, I'll gonna bend this one inside out. Not inside out, but curved in, if that would make sense. So this one, the top will be curved in. It just gives like a little more, how to say, more natural look, more natural behave kind of look. Then I would just add randomly quick sketchy another layer of petals, so you don't have like I would say try to keep away from clean looking, you know, when they would be like, how to say, basically the more messy it looks sometimes is better. Like you go extra step going into messiness, it's better, because once it looks too clean, it looks perfect, it doesn't look natural, it looks like it's been printed, not printed, but it doesn't look right. You know what I mean? Like if you make a circle, say, I'll give you a little example, yeah? Cherry blossom. How you draw cherry blossom? You start with a star, okay? This is your middle, this is your pointy once again. So you follow the star, that's how I made cherry blossoms. Yeah, that easy. Cherry blossom. You can bend this in, done. It looks better. You know what I mean? When you go little extra steps, it looks better when it's more natural. You can make some crazy leaves in here because you wanna, or make it like separate ones. Anything, basically, like that, yeah? And then imagine if you go with another one, but you make it extremely clean, like too clean. All the petals, they look exactly the same as the one next to it. I don't know, I can't do by hand this, but there is people who draw an iPad and they are extremely clean in a bad way. It kind of becomes like a boring when it's a little bit messiness, so you make another like hole in here and hole in there, and you do a bit crazy there, or make some little spots in there to give some more natural look and natural feeling, and people appreciate this kind of work better. If you just add like crazy little leaf with no reason, or another one here, or you do like few, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like if you go too clean, sometimes it's just like, okay, it's a cherry blossom, don't care, not bothered. But when you go extra and create a little good clean messiness in there, it gives you benefits, trust me. So if you do this and add extra bumps, and then you do like crazy loads of lines inside. These inside lines, what's the reason mostly is to show you what direction it goes. That's about it. So if you have this petal here with all these little lines, it explains you how it bends. If you keep them straight, it tells your eye that it just came straight out. But this one, you add little tiny lines inside, it curves. Now it looks more appealing. It's coming out, it's bending, it's stretching, it's growing, and it becomes something. Say, these are the bumps I'm talking about, yeah? This would be the middle, a bump, a line. See, these lines create the lines where it explains how the flower grew, how it bends, which direction goes, and then suddenly you can see how it bends. See, I just curve around this one, you can see how it goes to the middle, and explains beautifully how it goes and how it bends. And then, for instance, if you take one without, it's just area. Like you can't really, if you don't want to do lines, you will need to shade some like more shading, more specific shading to explain what's going on in this area. If you put little lines in there, one, it adds little detail to the image you want to show. Secondly, it's like a little dictionary. It tells like, okay, I'm bending this way. If this is underneath, it goes like that. You can see how it naturally goes to the middle, and you can beautifully create your image. If I would be you, I would just buy an orange or a little golf ball or wherever you can find around in your house. Make something like this. I can put them all here so you can get like a quick look how it looks like. Just some kind of basic ordinary shapes, and then you just play around. Say this is your middle, this is your middle, you put it here, you kind of copy on your paper what do you see here, you can put it behind, and again you can see how you need to draw them. You can bend them, you can twist them, you can do whatever you want with them, or don't have this one, or you can crazy bend them like this, and you can draw this one underneath there, and you can see already how this is going that way and that's that way, and it creates more believable image. People like that little tiny step, that extra you do for them, and the more details you give them, they appreciate crazy. And those little touch, or even if you do a few dots like this, they're gonna be loving it. They'll be like, oh my god, it's crazy. But if you do just basic outline and then you go with the shading, and if you do like a few lines in there and you say it's done, they'll be like, okay, I'm not coming here back. But if you go extra step and take care of them, people will love you, trust me. They're gonna be back to you like, they're gonna be recommending you and shouting at you, and in a good way. So this is for the peony. I would go for something round. Have these, trust me, because once you have like a white paper and you have to construct image, like 3D image in your head, it takes time to understand how and what bends to create a realistic, believable image. But once you have this, you see where the lines goes, you see the direction. It really helps. And the tip of the day, what other people are saying, is the cherry. Yeah, so when you do a cherry, you make a star, because cherry has 5 of them. This one becomes your middle, you go straight, stop, and then you go that way. Or some people like it to just do it that way, but trust me, people will love these more, because when people, I'll just say, let's say this one for instance, yeah, these are my Mrs. Flower. She'll be mad, but she'll be happy. You can see there's a little bit pointy ones, yeah, every single believable thing you can get inside your art, people will love it. So this is your middle, you go straight, bend in, there, 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 voila, that easy. Yeah, no frustration, no wondering how to draw a star, crack on. And little details like this, people love it extremely. Then you can do some bends in there, or you can do the secondary, so both bending in, one in here, one in there, voila. And I'm not expert in cherry leaves, so I don't know how to draw them, so I'm gonna draw like whatever I would draw. Again, I love detail. I'm one of those people, if I can pack as much detail as I can, I'm happy. I like to tattoo with like small needles sometimes, just so I can get all them in. I want to deliver to my clients the best as I can, and if I go simple way, just basic, just extremely boring piece, I feel like I didn't give them enough. You know what I mean? Like, this is not enough. This is not me. I can provide more. I can do more. I can be more. So if you would have to choose between these two or these two, I'm pretty sure you would go with these two. And if you use the same technique on these flowers, if you add like all these little bumps and there, and then you add little lines in there, it just becomes looking stunning. Either you want it or you don't want it. You make a bump, go to the middle, make a bump, go to the middle. You know what I mean? It's that simple. The problem is people don't explain to you. They just draw, they shove off, they make Insta videos or YouTube videos or whatever. And so it turns out I didn't even need the light box, but maybe that's even better. So as a wrap up, I would say get something round, draw some lines on it, and just copy same on the paper. Get some little petals there, bend them over, so you will learn what bends, how it bends, why it bends. Once you learn that, you'll never forget. It's always gonna help you. Oh my god, people messaging me like crazy. But then try to do slowly on a paper. I know some of you guys just drag in and then you don't know what else you need to do. You can't erase it, get smudgy and you frustrate, yeah? Go careful. Make a circle you barely can see. Do a little dot barely you can see. Extremely small. Like thin lines. That's about it. As long as you can see, you're fine. You don't need to drag in. Then oh my god, I'm missing, and you try to delete, you can't delete, and you get frustrated and you give up. But the first step you did was a mistake already. But just do like this, dead thin, dead small, quite light, then add extra layers on it. Try to imagine how it would be bending, and all the bumps and stuff like that, you can add that in the future. You'll get there. Once you create this kind of sketch, you add little more detail, then you add little thin lines, the image is already taking the shape, then you get a fine liner and line it. That's it. Job done. If you want a shading, add some shading. If you don't want to, keep it that way. And that's about it. You know, I think it's quite simple. And if you can, drop me maybe a photo to my Instagram so I can see how you guys doing. If somebody's gonna do it, then please send me. I'm probably gonna put my Instagram down in description. But that's about it. And if you're first time watching this, I don't know, maybe subscribe, because I'm gonna be making more videos, more explanation, different topics. Mostly I make videos about what people really ask me to do. And if nobody asks me to do, then I do whatever I want, and then you see like some time-lapse videos, or I just do what I want to do. But if somebody's really asking me about one specific video or explanation or whatever that could be, then I'll make it, because that shows that there's people who want to know. And I bet there's millions of you guys who are watching these videos who have these questions in your head, but you just don't dare to make a comment. So just hope somebody will do if you don't want to do. But if you do have any questions or any concerns or anything like you want to know or you want to learn in the future, just drop me a comment. I'll make a video and I'll give full explanation as best as I can. This video was about peonies, so that's about it. Take care, guys.